Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dead Talk, where we take a deep dive into the Anthology series, The Dead of Night. I'm here with Episode 6 director, Gerald Flores. Hey, Gerald.
Hey, man.
The title of your episode is Main Street, and I believe this is the only one that was shot by its director?
Yes, not by... Yes. The short answer is yes.
Yeah. So, how was it?
I mean, for me, it was fun. I had a lot of fun. It was quick, which is kind of what I wanted to do. Originally, when we talked about this whole thing, it was like, let's do something fun. So I just was like, let me do something real quick. And it turned out great. I love it. But yeah, it was fast. And it was one of the first ones that was shot. So it was before a rhythm got started, which is awesome to see. But yeah.
Yeah. You shot yours over a weekend?
Yeah, two days. I think it was like a few hours each day, maybe. But yeah, it was quick.
Yours has one of my favorite cast members in Emily Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how was it working with her?
I had worked with her before on some 7-day stuff, and I saw. I mean, she has a lot of range when it comes to drama, so I thought she was perfect for this. She was great. She did everything I needed her to do. It didn't take a lot to get her where she needed to be, and I'm super happy with like her whole performance.
The craziest one about yours, I think, that I think is that whenever you had her wrapped up in so much duct tape.
Oh yeah.
How did you do that?
There's Rob Zombie's like BTS from his Halloween. It's like 3 hours long on YouTube. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but I think they were talking about the couch scene where they had wrapped. Well, they didn't really. They made basically it was like a 2-sided like vest. So I made that, wrapped that around her, and then he finished off with tape. So she wasn't getting tape on her actually.
Yeah. It just looked really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it was tight, but yeah, we didn't put it on her skin or anything.
Yeah. Good. So, talking about The Dead of Night, the actual anthology, how did you get involved?
I was doing some day drinking in a pool, and Jake had messaged me, and I checked my phone, and he had brought up this whole idea, and I said, yeah, I'm in. I don't think I hadn't even met him yet at the time. We were just Facebook friends. Okay. And I said, yeah, let's do it. Yeah,
that's like, it's funny because all of you guys I kind of know. Like you, I know through just social media. Yeah. It's our first time meeting, and like all the other filmmakers, I kind of just met, being a filmmaker myself. And you just kind of run into people. Yeah. And the great thing about this anthology is like everybody finally gets to come together and gets to collaborate.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was cool seeing everyone's like relationships just develop, and we have a lot of fun on sets, I think. So that's a big plus too.
Is this your first time to do a sort of project like The Dead of Night?
Yeah, that's actually the second short I've ever done. So yes, I'm still learning, but I did one on my own a while back, and it still lives on the internet because it just needs to. For me, it just needs to stay there so I can see what the first one looked like. But yeah, no, this is the second one I've ever did, so I'm pretty proud of it, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So what was your favorite part about filming the short?
When you edit it during it, I mean, that's kind of hard to say. It's I guess when you're in your head, you know, you have your shot list, right? And it being the second one, I've always been like, okay, is it going to come out like the way that I envision it in my head? So when a couple of shots did come out like the way I wanted it, that's super awesome to see in the edit. So once it's all coming together, it's good. Plus, like when you show it to the first person, which my wife was the first person, and you're like, be mean. Like, you can be mean. Yeah. I don't need you to be like, it's good. I don't need like the abuelita being like, it's good, mijo. Like, it's fine. No, tell me like what you think. So to get someone's like eyes on it other than yours for the first time, that's always super fun to see.
The thing I like about yours is, well, first off, the way it's shot incredibly. So
thanks.
Good job. And it's short, sweet, and to the point. The way that each shot was framed was really cool too, because you only see Emily, you know, like you see like bodies, but you don't ever see anybody, just Emily.
Yeah, hers is the only face you technically. Well, there's one face you see, but I think you forget it, and it was an accident. But it was supposed to be like she's the only face you ever see.
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty cool.
And What's kind of the story behind the story of your short?
So a lot of the times, like I write a lot of notes down. Like if I see, like, scenes in your head, right? Like that seems like a cool scene or a cool frame, right? In a movie. What's the story? Why are they doing that? So like it kind of builds from there. I haven't got to the point yet where I literally write one from beginning to end.
Yeah.
It's like based off of a scene. And honestly, the Pavo tubes with the police lights on it, I was like, okay, if I use those outside and some cops are there and there's a girl sitting on a bench, that'd look pretty cool. But then like, where does it go from there? And then that's when I started like developing the rest of the story.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way you did those lights, it looks like there's a ton of cops out there.
Yeah. I actually, cause I didn't want to make my neighbors mad. So I literally like wrote a letter to all of them. And I was like, this is what's going on. And like, everything's fine. And I went and I knocked on every door and nobody answers their door anymore. Like 3 of them did. And the rest of them, I taped the note to the door. And then that was it. And then like, I think like months later, they're like, where's that movie you were doing? And not yet. It's not out yet. But yeah, I was kind of concerned people were going to just be outside and be like, who's pulled over or what's going on there?
Yeah.
I knew those guys were a mess at that house. Like, no, we're fine.
So why don't you tell me what you're doing now? You're working on your own series?
Yeah, the taco chair. Yeah. That's so I have a brand called Taco Gear, which is completely different, but it's a whole brand dedicated to tacos, like an apparel brand. And I started a web series to extend the brand as a brand extension, and we just do like kind of mini docs on different people, creatives, and food stuff. So I'm doing we're in season 5 or 6. Wow, I can't remember right now, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's a lot of fun. You meet more like people in the community and just creatives, and it's cool to like have a little platform to show the city like different people doing cool things and their stories and stuff.
So what are you going to be working on next when it comes to film?
So we're actually shooting like my interpretation of a music video from this.
Your interpretation?
Yeah, well, okay. So there's this music video by this band. I won't mention it, but I won't mention it yet. But I've heard the song a lot and do a lot of driving. I don't know how you are, but like just thoughts go in your head and like different music. It's different reactions, and I start to think of like what's going on in the scene here. So that started, and I've had this idea for a couple of years. So actually, Jake and I are gonna shoot it tomorrow. Over the next few days. And I'm pretty excited about that.
Wow. Well, that's all I got.
Okay.
So if you want to tell people where they can find you, where they can find the Taco Chair.
Yeah. So the Taco Chair, the web series I have for Taco Gear, it's on the tacochair.com. They can go there and it takes you to the YouTube and you can subscribe there. The brand itself is called Taco Gear, and that's on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere, tacogear.com.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.